Okay, I'm here to check out Ezra Pro's disc golf form.
What's going on there, buddy?
Hey Felix, I looked over your form and the biggest tip I can give you other than just quitting disc golf itself.
And so, you're never gonna find the ultimate power throwing like that.
It's actually not bad. It's kind of promising if you want to go far in your career as a FA60 player.
All right, so I reached out to some of the professionals on tour for some advice on my form and how I can maybe make some improvements. They all sent back videos, thankfully. Thanks to everybody that did. They definitely had some fun with it, and I'm hoping to get some takeaways based on their reactions and their tips. I'm anticipating that these will be hurtful, hilarious, and hopefully helpful. Let's see what they had to say.
Happy birthday, Felix. My gift to you this year is a couple of tips to fix your disc golf form. Okay, not bad actually. I'm very impressed with how you're somehow able to throw a disc at the same time as talking to someone on the cell phone. Never seen anyone able to do that before. Okay, your lower body looks good. Upper body looks okay, although, what are you doing with that left hand, Felix? Are you playing disc golf or are you playing defense? Because what's going on there, buddy? Okay, in all seriousness, Felix, your form is pretty good. 2 tips I would recommend is number 1, try leading with your elbow instead of leading with your shoulder. And number 2, try lowering that reach, that pull through. That way you're using more of your lat muscles, which are a lot larger, and you can get a lot more power from these than bringing it up and trying to twist it and bring it inside. Happy birthday again. We are all so grateful that you are here in the disc golf community.
Yeah, the shoulder thing. I definitely shoulder the disc, or I shoulder my way through the pull through.
Quick tip. I would say make sure you're getting that reach back and it's a little high. I think your arm is a little high. So maybe try to lower it down towards mid chest level and get a further reach back. So maybe twist your hips a little bit more. But it's actually pretty clean. The footwork looks great. So yeah, just like I said, try to get that reach back because it seems like you're pinched off a little bit. And yeah, maybe reach down a little lower, see how that, drive through the body.
All right, so I got your video. I've looked over it. I've got my thoughts together. Honestly, I can't really roast you that much. Your form's not bad. The 2 things that I did notice are your reach back is a little high. So a high reach back, whenever you're going to pull through, makes a downward motion that usually causes an air bounce. So the more nosing the disc is, the slower it's going to be going. So instead of your normal like 38 miles per hour, it's probably going to be closer to like 35. Stop it.
Really, Chris? 38 miles an hour? Really? I throw at least 40. At least.
Hey Felix, I looked over your form and the biggest tip I can give you other than just quitting disc golf itself is focus on what you're doing with your head when you throw. When you throw, as you reach back, you're allowing your head to kind of get past perpendicular. So like imagine a target is this direction. You don't want to let your head get past perpendicular because then it allows us to over rotate our shoulders and then we can kind of round a little bit. And then on the contrary, as we're pulling through, not bringing this head up when we throw. So I think the way to work on the head thing is stare at the target for as long as possible. Let this shoulder, as you reach back, bring your head to perpendicular. And then when you pull through, try and keep this head detached from this shoulder. That way, you're not pulling your shot. Those are my 2 tips, I guess. Don't quit disc golf.
Here, that I kind of drive my body down, lead with the shoulder, which then brings up this angle, that swoop. So I can kind of keep this down, disconnect the shoulder from my chin, like Braden's talking about. I've never thought about just kind of keeping your head perpendicular. When I played ball golf, it's all about keeping that head in the same spot. So similar process. Back and through.
Okay, I'm here to check out Ezra Pro's disc golf form. I'm excited. And so far from what I've seen, I am impressed. It's very smooth. Timing is 8 out of 10. Footwork looks nice. I like the heel rotation. I like the foot placement. The only thing I would criticize is the height of your reach back. So try to bring that disc just down maybe like 3 to 5 inches in your backswing, and hopefully you can create a bit more power when you actually pull across the lower part of your chest instead of above those nipples. That's about it. You definitely have a lot of momentum going from the core there, so that's gonna work for you. Good luck, enjoy.
A lot of the same things over and over again. This is why these guys are pros. They're noticing the same errors, the same flaws in the swing, pointing out a lot of similarities.
Man, I can't believe you guys. I thought Felix was my homie. He sends me this video, tells him to check out his form, and I'm about to roast him because you know what? I can tell he hasn't been watching my YouTube channel. Coach Connor's been dropping some great tips and tricks recently over on the Connor O'Reilly YouTube channel, but obviously Felix didn't watch. And one of the things I recently talked about was not leaving the left side, I guess the left leg or the right leg, depending on which handedness you are. If you're a right hand player, not leaving the left leg out of the back of the shot. Left hand player not leaving the right leg out of the back of the shot. But Felix is over here trying to throw a shot in Georgia and his back legs in New Zealand. So, you know, you're never going to find the ultimate power throwing like that. You're going to want to try to avoid having your back toes point back during the run up. Fight to have those toes also close to the same angle as where that front foot lands, more perpendicular to the line. This will help you get that left leg into the shot, making it easier to collapse, rotate fast, and follow through.
Second thing is your footwork. I noticed in the video, your footwork, your feet are not close to straight in a straight line. They shouldn't be in a completely straight line. They should be offset a little bit. Yours are offset quite a bit. So basically you're stepping in a completely opposite direction on your last step than you're intending to throw. You should be stepping in the direction that you are trying to throw. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfectly in line. They can be offset a little bit, but you need to be moving in that direction. That would help with your throw. So both of those things should help a little bit. I hope this helps.
Footwork is something that I've struggled with from day one. I think my foot placement of the front foot, I think I'm getting my reach back to peak position before my front foot is coming down, and it's already on stagger, which is causing me to drag my arm behind my body, thus taking my head away from it, thus taking my head away from the target line and causing that rounding on the back end. It's great to kind of see the affirmation of the things I feel like are issues to start with. And it gives me some points to work on specifically. So I think that'll be a big help. Well, I've got some things to work on, obviously. A big thank you to all the pros that took the time to actually record these videos and look at my form and analyze it. So I've got my key takeaways that I'm going to be working on between reach back, leading with the elbow, head position, and footwork. My plan is to tackle these things one thing at a time, so not to overload myself. So the plan is to go out and start working on them one by one in a series of videos, comparing and looking back at old form, hopefully versus new form, and tracking those changes. I mean, I can't think of any better coaches in the game than the guys and girls that are doing this week after week on the highest possible level. So thanks again to everybody that reached out. Thanks you guys for watching, and stay tuned to see how these changes and updates go along the way throughout the season. But in the meantime, go out, grab yourself some plastic, and go fling some frisbees. I'll see you in the next one.